This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
We're building the scariest FNAF animatronic in the world.
It's ENNARD from Five Nights at Freddy's sister location.
But we're taking this build a step further because we've seen your comments about how do we sleep at night with all this nightmare fuel in our house.
So once ENNARD is finished, we're gonna be surviving with it overnight in our bedroom to show there's nothing to be afraid of.
I actually hope it scares the crap out of us because not much does these days. Let's get started. Is that the Terminator?
This is THD 3000, and he's gonna be like the perfect base for ENNARD. But there's just like a lot of stuff we gotta get rid of first.
Which means I get to destroy stuff.
All right, while Jay starts destroying, let me tell you the plan. ENNARD is basically a bunch of endoskeletons combined together and covered in like 1,000,000 feet of tubes. And if that wasn't creepy enough, he's also wearing a clown mask and a party hat. THD is gonna work great for the frame, but we do need to remove the sword arm, the human hand, and basically anything else we don't need, like his clothes. We'll cover it in tubes to make the shape of the body, and then we'll figure out the head and if we can get the mask to open.
That was faster than I thought, but there is a problem. We're trying to make the scariest FNAF animatronic in the world, and this pose is not gonna work. It's very straight up and down and, you know, robotic. And my vision for ENNARD is to have it kind of leaning forward like it's gonna attack you. Jaimie thinks there isn't enough time to change the pose, but she's not home yet. I think I can do it. Since I don't have a lot of time, I thought of a new way to bend these pipes by cutting a little notch in the middle and then just bending it. It's much simpler than how I've done it before, and it seems like it's working great. I can use this technique to give ENNARD some ankles, knees, and hips, and now it looks much more creepy and awesome. That is Jaimie pulling up right now. I'm excited to show her this.
Hey,
Got him done. Look at that.
Wait a minute. You spent this whole time like welding, didn't you? Where's the arms? You were supposed to be making the arms so we can have something to put the tubes on.
You're supposed to make arms with the tube.
Well, yeah, but what are they gonna sit on? This is flexible. We need an actual rigid skeleton that we can put this on top of. Jay felt bad, so we started working on the arms together. I think in general, characters are less interesting when they're symmetrical, which means they're the same on both sides. So I think it's really cool that this has one big beefy arm and like one skinny arm.
Nice, yeah, that looks awesome.
Thanks.
Here's mine. It's very skinny.
I love it.
I made it longer and then I bent these things to give you something to attach the tubes to, kind of like you did on your side.
So our next step here is to paint the body and get it ready for tubes and wires and things. But I am not going to paint his face because instead we're gonna rip it off and try to make ENNARD's really cool clown mask.
ENNARD's clown mask is a super important part of this build because it's the thing that makes him creepy, you know? Otherwise he's just a robot. I definitely gotta make sure we get this right. Hey, I need your help. Can you make a perfect 3D model of ENNARD's mask that we could 3D print?
Sure. How soon do you need it?
Basically, as soon as you possibly can. Just a couple hours later, Beardless Props comes through once again with a perfect ENNARD mask that's ready for printing. It is gonna take a couple days to print all these, but if we want ENNARD's clown mask to come out just right, this is our best chance.
Okay, slight problem. ENNARD doesn't have skin, though it does want skin. But I don't want to cut away all of this structure because I need it. So I'm going to instead paint it so it blends in the background of all of the tubes and wires.
What? That looks so good. It looks like metal.
Thanks, yeah, I'm really happy with how the colors blend together. It's like perfect.
That's amazing. So look at this. Look how weird this head is.
It's so
Look
thin.
how thin it is.
Robots don't need brains, so it's just a little microchip, so he doesn't need a big head.
But it did give me an idea for the final puzzle for our new secret website. On our last video, we made this whole website with Squarespace where there was all these puzzles and this crazy stuff in it. We made another one. Somewhere hidden in this video, there's a link to a secret website. If you can solve all the puzzles, you might be able to start putting the pieces together of a story that's just beginning to unfold.
Shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. We've been using their all-in-one website platform to make our puzzle websites, and I've got to say, we're getting pretty good at it.
If you've ever wanted to make your own website, whether it's a portfolio logo for your art, maybe you want to sell your own products or start a blog, Squarespace makes this really easy to do.
They've got a brand new feature called Design Intelligence, which uses AI to help you craft a totally unique and personalized website instead of just choosing from a bunch of pre-made templates.
Or if you want to go totally off the rails and create a secret website filled with hidden puzzles, Easter eggs, and all sorts of secret links that only the smartest users can solve, Squarespace can do that too.
You can use Squarespace payments to take payments all in one place. You can sell courses, content like videos and memberships, manage your domains. It's all there for you in one spot, which just makes it really convenient.
Head to squarespace.com/wickedmakers for 10% off your first order, and keep an eye out for somewhere in the video for that hidden link.
Maybe Sunny Springs Daycare was just the beginning. Or maybe it was nothing.
Oh, that's the 3D printer. Look at this. It's huge. No wonder it took so long. ENNARD's mask is white though, so we have to go paint this. This is not good. The paint is not gonna work.
No, ENNARD has like this porcelain or plastic, really smooth mask, and this is bumpy.
Even if I printed it with the tiniest layer lines possible, it's never gonna be perfectly smooth. You're never gonna hide them completely unless we fill the layer lines, sand it down, prime it, sand it, like do a whole thing.
Okay, let's do it.
And new mask. Look at this.
This is the old mask. This looks so much better.
It's a lot more work, obviously, but you know what? You put in the work, you get the results.
That's right. ENNARD is covered in layers and layers of tubes, so I bought 100 feet of this electrical conduit, another 100 feet, another 100 feet, another 100 feet, and finally another 100 feet. 500 feet of conduit. You think it's gonna be enough?
That's like almost 1.5 football fields long of this stuff.
I need to use all these tubes in a lot of different ways to create all the parts of ENNARD's body. Unlike the other endoskeletons, ENNARD has a more human-like structure with hips and a ribcage. It reminds me of art from H.R. Geiger. He's the one who designed the xenomorph from Alien. It's like a fusion between biology and technology. So I'm just gonna go one body part at a time and figure it out. This was easy. I was gluing on top of a structure that exists. There is no structure here.
Can you just sort of like use the tubes or whatever?
just use the tubes. Yeah. Yes. So you know how you said not to mess with the buttons and things back here?
Yeah? What happened?
I put hot glue in the power jack.
What?
To be fair, it's really dark back here. It'll peel out, it's fine.
Okay.
Jaimie was off to a great start on this, so it was time for me to start working on the face.
It's finally time to crack open this head and see what's inside.
All right, there's a lot of stuff in here I can reuse to make ENNARD, like the servos for the head and the eye, but I definitely don't need this weird skin mask thing, so we'll just rip that off.
How's it going over here?
Oh, I don't know. You know, sometimes I just don't feel comfortable in my own skin.
No! That's very disturbing.
One of the problems I'm running into is the eyes are not in the right spot. This mask is so much bigger than this head that it doesn't work, so I have to move things a little bit.
I'm gonna try something different with the legs. Gluing one tube at a time is taking forever. So to be more efficient, I'm gonna put them on as a big bundle with zip ties. I need more hands.
I would help you, but I'm extremely busy.
We have a tripod, you know. This way I can also shape the tubes to look like muscles. This leg's done. This leg though has this really structured spiral on it, and this tube stuff, way too floppy. So I'm gonna try and put some armature wire inside it and hope that looks good.
That looks like it's going well.
No, it's not going well. It's a spiral, it should be easy, but the wire does not want to cooperate with me. This did not work, and I found some pipe insulation and made a spiral, glued it on. We're gonna call that done.
ENNARD's mask is way too big for this face, but I still want to try to use a bunch of these servos, but just kind of move them around to the right spots. The moving mouth and the rotating eye are the things that I'm trying to keep because ENNARD actually has both of those. It also means we can cut away basically everything we don't need so we can save space and weight.
So, okay, jaw, right? Here's the mask from ENNARD, and see?
Nice.
I think that should work. Let me plug it in.
Don't bother running, human. Eye tracking sensors still function, and your destruction is imminent.
Jaws don't move like that.
It goes too far. That's
Like-
it. It's okay. I'll fix it.
Okay.
Okay, so it's moving just fine. It's just moving too far. Wait, I have an idea.
I added some springs. See those? Let's try it.
Don't bother running, human. Eye tracking sensors still function.
Perfect. See? Springs. When in doubt, springs.
The bundling thing I did on the legs worked great, so I'm trying the same thing on the arm. So many tubes, but I think that the body is finally done. So we still have a lot of finishing work to do on this, but the plan is tomorrow night we're gonna set it up in our bedroom, and then we're gonna set up a time-lapse camera and see what happens. Like, honestly, the scariest part for me is having a camera on us while we're sleeping. Like, what if I drool or snore or something?
You definitely snore.
I
The world will know.
I do not.
I'm gonna wake you up with this thing on.
No.
If we want to get this done by tomorrow night for our haunted sleepover, we got a lot of work to do. This is a huge eyeball I modeled for ENNARD. We 3D printed it, and then on the back, I soldered in the blue LEDs from THD 3000's original sword arm. I changed up the eye mech to make it fit, and then if we stuff the old eyeball inside the big one, it all kind of works the same way. Jaimie did an amazing paint job on the eyeball and then covered it with a clear Christmas ornament to make it shiny. Huh? Look at this. Every project has a stage where everything just looks real weird because you're kind of in between, but this is so disturbing. I mean, look at this. This is a servo that we put on so that the mask can open and close. These are gonna hold the mask, but we still have to like cover it in tubes and do all kinds of stuff here.
While we were in eye mode, we made 5 more. ENNARD has eyeballs all over its body from all of the animatronics it's made from. Hey, do you think the souls from all the different animatronics live in the eyeballs?
Yes, ENNARD is definitely 100% haunted.
Now that all the mechanical stuff in the face is ready, I can finally do, you guessed it, gluing on more tubes. It's fine. Everything's fine. I never want to use wire loom again. No more. It's done. Okay, it's not done. Believe it or not, I actually had to buy more tubes just to finish the face and cover the eyes. So it was really nice to be able to move on to the teeth, which were made from fake fingernails that we painted. Oh, wait, never mind. More tubes in the teeth. Done with tubes, so I took a break and made ENNARD's adorable little party hat.
I think Jaimie's starting to lose her marbles a little bit from all these tubes, so she's taking the day off to go get a haircut. We've got at least a whole nother day of building, I would say. ENNARD is turning out to be probably the most complicated character we've ever made. There's just like so many details everywhere. This is a servo controller made by Botango, and I'm going to use it to program the little servo to open and close ENNARD's mask. This little piece of linkage connects the servo to the mask, and when the servo rotates, it pulls the mask open and closed. I can also program this to trigger at the same time as the main animatronic so that everything happens at the same time.
Now that the mask works, just a couple of final details to add. Ta-da!
Look at this!
I love it
It's
so
incredible.
much. Yes.
And it is definitely the tallest animatronic we've ever made, too.
Oh, for sure. Are we done though?
No,
Are you sure?
it's not done.
What? This. The button.
We're not going to forget it this time.
Okay. Now it's done.
Can we test it?
Yes.
Okay.
When we picked ENNARD, we actually thought it would be easier to build because it's just a bunch of tubes. But just because something looks simple doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Now that the build's done, it's time for the challenge.
We've been preparing for this. So we were like, who do we know that has experience with haunted stuff?
So we went and borrowed some ghost hunting gear.
Wait, you also need this.
We got night vision cameras, we got this thing, I don't even know what this is. What is this one? EMF reader.
Okay.
Do you have EMFs? Oh. Apparently it does. Oh,
Okay.
when you go near the eye, it's the worst.
Okay. But, okay, maybe it's just electricity though.
No.
It reads, what?
It's not plugged in. Look, cable right here.
Okay, so actually haunted, great.
Are you ready to spend the night with this thing or what?
Yes.
Okay, we have to get it into our room somehow. How do you move this?
Somehow, I don't know. I'll take a leg and a spine and you take the other leg. Oh my God, it's so heavy.
It's so big.
Okay. Okay. Yay! Why is it on my side?
Because it's the only place there's room for it.
Give me that camera. I want to show you what it looks like from right here. This is my view tonight. Why is it moving? It shouldn't be moving already. What are you doing? This camera is so cool.
Can you see me?
Yes.
I can't see anything. It's pitch black in here. Can you see any ghosts?
No.
Okay, so the plan is we're gonna let these cameras run all night, and we're gonna see if ENNARD is haunted.
Oh, can I see myself in the mirror? Woo!
You sure there's no ghosts in here? We should have like a ghost hunting show.
Yes. All right, let's do this. Okay, we will check in tomorrow and let you know how it went.
Why didn't you trust me?
Let's never speak of that again.
Technically, we survived, so we won the challenge.
Okay.
Until next time, stay wicked.